Hi everybody, I hope you've enjoyed the first chapter of the third book of the trilogy, Every Gift a Curse by Caroline O'Donoghue. I'm going to do a second chapter tonight. I'll be trying to do as many as quickly as I can because it is quite exciting and it's got 48 chapters. So here we go, chapter 2. It's still technically a school night, even though it's hard to take school seriously anymore. First, because it's only a few days until Christmas holidays. Second, because there is no school to go to. The fire that killed Sister Assumptia and Heather Banbury also took down about €2 million of property. The pristine new refurb that was granted by St. Bernadette's under the condition it came under the children of Bridget's control. The younger years have all been absorbed into different schools, and there's a general sense that St. Bernadette's as a concept is over. There's no St. Bernadette's without Sister Assumptia, after all. But at some point it was agreed that the Leaving Certificate students, only months from their exams, shouldn't be exposed to any more trauma. So we all tune in on our laptops every day, cameras off, playing out the end of our school days along in our bedrooms. Rue drops me home at 9, giving me a long kiss from the driver's seat. Oh Maeve, whatever will I do now? I smile, leaning in. Well gosh, I can't think. Drive around, I expect. Get into the knife fight in a car park. He raises his eyebrow. A pantomime James Dean, getting yourself into all kinds of trouble. All kinds of trouble, Rue repeats, sliding a hand underneath my jumper, fingertips cooler than rain. I guess I'll see you when I see you, Rue smiles. See you when I see you, Chambers. We are smiling because we love each other, and we are smiling because we have a secret. I go inside. I talk to my parents. Then they are frightened of me now. The fact that I was there when the fire happened, that Sister Assumptia inexplicably left the school building to me, and that several journalists have been in touch about doing a story around the famous witch of Kilbeg, has annihilated them to the point that they don't know how to speak to me. Can you blame them? I used to be the black sheep of the family. Now I am the Black Death. The siblings will be home in a few days, so we talk about that, and then I say that I'm tired, and then I go upstairs. I go into the bathroom, and the one that Aaron said was now a hotspot and might wreak havoc on the next people who live there, and I start my spell work. I came home one day, a week after Sister Assumptia will reading, and all my magic books were gone. My crystals, my tarot collection. I would have been more upsetting if I hadn't known it was coming. It was coming. My parents had been thinking about it for days, as the newspapers kept circling around the story of the lucky girl who inherited a fortune. I siphoned off the valuable stuff well in advance. The good ingredients, the powerful crystals, my one really important tarot deck, and hid it all in a shoebox in the ceiling tiles of the bathroom. What my parents have confiscated are spell books, some stuff on Wiccan theory and magical history, a random book about pagan myths. I don't need any of it. I can make it my own spell now, and I'm pretty good at it. I pour chamomile, blossom and lavender sprigs into my palm. Weirdly, sometimes I find myself narrating my own process, like I'm one of the authors of the spell books. Chamomile flowers, I say in a sing-song voice, available cheaply in any health food store. My thumb is wet with rose oil. I crush the mixture into a pulp, grains and stems grinding under my nail, stabilizing my palm by pressing down on the knuckles. I feel like I'm about to drive a hole through my own hand. I turn the tap on. Deep sleep, I say simply. Deep sleep, deep sleep. And she keeps on repeating this. The oily flowers swirl around the drain, clogging slightly at the plug hole. There's a burning at the back of my throat, the feeling of magic talking back. I gesture to it in my mind. Hello, hello, I say. You are here again. I just want everyone to have a nice sleep. I'm better at magic since the fire, more intuitive, more confident, more capable of calling to something that I can feel but can't see. Maybe she's born with it, I murmur to myself. Maybe she's magic teen. I can feel a tide of swirling energy, and I can feel it agree with me. It goes down the plug hole and into the pipes, and soon the house will hum with cozy peace. My parents, who could not sleep for days after the fire, will rest soundly, and alarm might wake them up. But a front door closing won't. An hour later I leave the house, and I don't even bother to tiptoe. I go straight to St. Bernadette's, wrapping my big black overcoat around me. It's a man's coat, technically. I would have felt weird about wearing men's clothes a few years ago. Before, Rue made me see how weird it was to give fabric a gender. Now I love the drama of this big thing, leaving me snug against the December chill. The whole building appears as though it's slouching on the thick ring of scaffolding that surrounds it. An old woman leaning on her crutches. It looks impossible and dangerous to penetrate with its layers of police tape and boarded up windows. But we are. It turns out impossible and dangerous. I climb through the phone, torch shining out from my breast pocket. I think it's climbing through the door, but it says phone. Well, we are quite used to wrong spelling. Okay, as soon as I'm inside, I hear the sound of an unplugged electrical guitar being comfortably played by Ireland's next greatest rock star. I follow the sound and stumble into Sister Assumptia's old office, tripping over a pile of rubble that seems to have fallen out of the ceiling. Oh, I say in mocked surprise. Fancy meeting you here. Rue looks up from the battered old couch, one of the few things you can still sit on and not come away covered in ash stains. We've bought blankets from charity shops to layer over it, towels from home. I watch him for a moment, pale-skinned, red-mouthed, black hair. Delicious, delicious, delicious. His eyes follow me around the room, but he doesn't say anything. Just keeps playing the guitar, fingers picking out the blue scales. You know, I continued, this is private property. What's private? Rue replies. Between two old friends. You tell me, I say, and slowly start unbuttoning my shirt, coat still on. Would I be able to talk like this, act like this, if we were in the car or bedroom? I don't know, but there's something about this building, something about knowing that it's mine. There's a click of a space heater, the room filling with stiff warm air, another thing brought from Rue's house. I would be nervous of the electrics here if it weren't for Rue's gift for them. There are no buttons left. Rue speaks again, throat stuck, voice warm. I think we can go more private than that. I let my coat fall to the floor. There are so many things in my life that I'm forced to feel strangely about, but sex, thank God, it isn't one of them. It can be difficult to find the time and the place. My family hardly leaves the house these days, and Rue is constantly doing something with the band. I imagine plenty of teenage relationships have this problem, and we are uniquely privileged in that I happen to be the sole benefactor of a giant empty house with a giant empty sofa. Has there been any research into the possibility? Rue says, swirling a length of my hair as I lie on his chest. That's you are the hottest woman in the country. Not nearly enough research, I reply, tracing a circle on his bare skin. It's so hard to find funding for that kind of thing. A real shame. I know. Think of everything we could learn. Rue kisses the top of my head. You love to accept a compliment, don't you, Maeve Chambers? Well, I don't get that many. I used to be the kind of girl who couldn't accept a compliment. Now I am the kind of girl who could be dead in a week. I'm going to feel as good as I can until then. Do you think she's coming? The housekeeper? Who else? I don't know. It feels as though we've been waiting a long time for this threat to materialize. Maybe she's dead, or maybe sealing the well means that there is less magic for her to live off. It's not the first time we've shared this theory, and now we've shared it so many times that it's become a bedtime story. Something to soothe us, ease us into sleep. I look up. You have eyeliner boogies. I say, black eye snot. Ooh, get it out. Tenderly, I swipe my pinky finger under his eye, picking up traces of coal as I go. I show Rue the accumulated grime. Make a wish, a Christmas wish. But instead of making a wish, Rue just pulls me closer. Or maybe that is the wish. It's hard to tell. I lay my head on his chest and try to listen to the quiet. Sometimes I convince myself she's still here, somewhere, Sister Assumptia, I mean. I don't always come to meet Rue. Sometimes I come alone to feel her out. I tried to explain this to Rue once, and he wasn't impressed. So according to you, we are boning under the watchful eyes of a dead nun. No, I exploded. Don't make it weird. You are the one who made it weird. But I like to think of her here, casually underestimated by everyone, straining hard to protect Kilbeg with the magical strands she managed to weave into a blanket. I close my eyes, focus my brain, and I almost feel like I can connect with her. The sensitivity thread that connects me and Aaron must have also existed between me and Assumptia. I try to access it. I cannot tell if I'm experiencing supernatural phenomena or a strange form of delayed grief, but sometimes I can feel her, a presence, a something. There is a sound, a clatter, the sound of a foot going through the floorboard. We both jump. I grab the blanket instinctively, painfully aware that I am naked, except for my socks. What the hell was that? Rue gets up immediately, pulls on a jumper and underwear. He turns around, takes a look at me. It's not the housekeeper, he says soothingly. Here, thing isn't breathing and entering, is it? No, I reason, still freaked out. I suppose not. Rue's jumper is emerald green and so loose that it falls around his arms, exposing a shoulder. It's probably nothing. Come back to the couch, I say quickly. When in any horror film has it's probably nothing turned out to be nothing. Rue responds, pulling on jeans and other clatter. The sound is getting closer now, and I'm beginning to regret trying to communicate with Sister Assumptia's ghost. Still, Rue. I'm going to check it out. Don't leave me. But Rue is already halfway out of the door, so I throw on my own clothes as quickly as I can and follow. The space heater ticks and crackles, and I think, if I lose the one nice thing left in my life, I might truly go insane. And that's the end of chapter 2. I'll see you in the third. Take care.